Unlocking financial freedom. It's not about hard work, it's about your inner programming. Ever wonder why some people seem to attract wealth like a magnet, while others toil endlessly, never achieving financial independence? What if I told you prosperity isn't solely about hard work? I know it sounds crazy, the complete opposite of everything you've been taught. You've learned to hustle, follow the rules, get good grades. But tell me, why are so many incredibly skilled, highly educated individuals still struggling, frustrated, stuck in a rut? The problem isn't a lack of knowledge, it's a mindset. Think about it. You know what you should do. Save more, find extra income, change your habits, yet you repeat the same patterns day after day. The most baffling part, you know how to do it, but something holds you back. This resonates with millions, smart, capable, dedicated people. It's not a knowledge gap, it's a mental framework. This framework, a collection of ingrained beliefs and thought patterns residing in your subconscious, acts like an invisible program running in the background, controlling over 90% of your actions. It's why you act without thinking, react predictably, and stay trapped in cycles despite wanting change. This mental blueprint keeps you where you are, even when your conscious mind yearns for something more. I see it all the time. People with multiple degrees, advanced certifications, fluent in multiple languages, broke, stressed about bills, drowning in debt, working jobs they hate. They ask, why, with all my knowledge, isn't my financial situation changing? The answer lies not in what you've learned, but in what you've internalized. You can possess all the knowledge in the world, but if your subconscious is wired for scarcity, fear, and limitation, that's precisely what you'll attract, automatically, without even realizing it. For years I lived like that, drowning in debt, underpaid, repeating self-defeating behaviors. My breakthrough wasn't a miracle. It was repetition. I listened to Earl Nightingale's audio programs thousands of times, literally, every day, in the car, on planes, at home. This started rewiring my internal programming, planting new seeds in my subconscious. Over time, this shift manifested in my reality. Imagine the impact of hearing the same positive affirmation hundreds of times. Your mind stops resisting. The idea becomes ingrained, natural. Suddenly, you believe it and act accordingly. That's how my relationship with money transformed. $1 million once seemed impossible, absurd. But after relentless repetition, my subconscious accepted it. I started seeing opportunities where I once only saw obstacles, making confident decisions, thinking like a millionaire before I even had one. That's the power of it. Money started flowing in unexpected ways. I realized wealthy people don't have a single income stream, they have multiple. Their mindset isn't, how do I pay the bills? It's, how do I make money work for me even while I sleep? So, what's your mental framework? Survival or prosperity? Do you wake up excited and creative or burdened and obligated? Do you believe money can flow to you in innovative, inspiring ways, or do you see it solely as the result of immense sacrifice? You don't need to work harder, you need to work smarter. You need to change the operating system of your mind, because when you change your mindset, the world changes with you. But be warned, shifting your mindset isn't a switch you flip. It's a daily process, intentional reprogramming starting with a decision, a refusal to accept living below your potential, to repeat your parents' or society's limiting patterns. You need to consciously create a new abundance paradigm. Write down your goals. Read them daily. Feel them as if they're already real. Commit to them as if your life depends on it, because it does. Every day you delay this change strengthens your old programming, and it will fight hard to keep you where you are. So stop right now. Get an index card. Write, I am so happy and grateful now that I earn $25,000 a year. Read it when you wake up, before you sleep. Record yourself saying it and listen while commuting, exercising, doing chores. Observe how your perception shifts, your energy changes, and how people around you begin to react differently, because you've changed. This is the difference between wanting and manifesting. It's not brute force or relentless effort, it's mental structure, and you can change yours right now. Changing your mindset isn't just about positive thinking. That's superficial. It's about delving deep into that silent, shadowy realm where your deepest beliefs reside, and replacing programming you didn't even know existed. Maybe you've heard since childhood that money is dirty, rich people are dishonest, or you can't have it all. These phrases become silent laws within you. Even if you consciously desire wealth, your subconscious associates it with danger, wrongness, or impossibility. The result? Sabotage, procrastination, blocks, missed opportunities. Your mental framework is in control. Need proof? Think of how many times you've started something with enthusiasm, a course, a business, a savings plan, only to abandon it. It wasn't lack of will, it was your mental framework saying, "You're not that kind of person, this isn't for you." But imagine what happens when you persevere, repeat, emotionally invest in the new image you're creating. You tap into a different energy, creative energy that attracts people, ideas, and opportunities. Not because the world changed, but because you shifted your frequency. When I began seeing money as natural, abundant, readily available, things started appearing, invitations, partners, ventures, ideas. It wasn't magic, it was vibration. Einstein said, "Everything is energy. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you'll inevitably get that reality." This isn't philosophy, it's physics. I started doing something you can do today. Every time I touched my phone, wallet, or checked my bank account, I mentally repeated, "Money flows freely to me from known and unknown sources," feeling it, believing it, even before seeing it. Record yourself saying positive affirmations about prosperity with calming music. Listen while you sleep. Your conscious mind's critical filter is off, making it the perfect time to plant new seeds. But remember, your old programming will resist. It will tell you it's nonsense, won't work, you're delusional. The old fears the new, ignore it. Persist. You're building a new mental muscle, telling the universe, "I am the creator of my reality. I choose what enters and exits." To prove this, remember, I started earning $4,000 a year. Owing $6,000, I was broke, frustrated, lost. But I did what my mentor advised. I wrote on a card, "I am so happy and grateful now that I earn $25,000 a year." I didn't believe it, but he did. And I leaned on his faith until mine grew. It worked. Soon, I was earning $100,000, then $1 million. The secret? Repetition with emotion. You don't change your mind logically. You change it emotionally, repetitively. It requires daily engagement, presence, a serious commitment. I refuse to live below my potential. Will you accept this? Or will you continue with the same patterns, expecting external change? Nothing changes outside until you change inside. Notice how many people cling to what they don't love. Clothes they don't wear, meaningless friendships, draining jobs, unproductive routines. Then wonder why their lives aren't moving forward. There's no room for the new to enter. The universe doesn't work with accumulation. It works with flow. If you want money to flow to you, you need to create space, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual space. I learned this so vividly it still moves me. After teaching about the law of vacuum at a Toronto seminar, I returned home to find my kitchen furniture gone, vanished. "Where's the table, chairs, sofa?" I asked. The answer, "You said to create space for the new, so we removed what we didn't like." It shocked me, but also made me laugh. They understood. New things arrived, better, more aligned. Empty space attracts fullness. Removing the old with faith makes the new inevitable. But what do most people do? They cling. "I'll stay in this job until I find another," they say, remaining for 5, 10, 20 years. "When I have more money, I'll invest in myself," they say, never investing, waiting for a green light, unaware that the green light is their decision. You must take the first step. Let go, even, especially, when scared. Holding on to what you don't love tells the universe, "I accept this. This is good enough," and it believes you. It responds to your vibration, not your words. Ever thrown out unworn clothes, donated objects with bad memories, left a dead-end relationship without knowing what's next? The relief is a sign you've created space. With space, there's movement. Want more money, opportunities, abundance? Stop clinging to the past. Letting go isn't loss. It's preparation, alignment, the courage to declare, I deserve more. This isn't spiritual metaphor, it's natural law. Physics shows nature abhors a vacuum. Emptiness is filled. This applies to drawers, relationships, and bank accounts. Afraid to let go? That gut-wrenching feeling of quitting a job, ending a cycle, saying no? That's normal. Your mental framework will try to convince you to endure, that it's risky, too soon. But it's not. It's the right moment. Saying no to what you don't want is saying yes to what you do. Look around. What occupies space without bringing joy? Commitments, objects, people, ideas kept out of habit? It's time for a cleanse. Start small, but start. Empty a drawer. Refuse an unfulfilling invitation. End a useless task. Create space and watch what emerges. Here's a powerful exercise. Write down everything you tolerate, things you keep only because you should. A job, relationship, object, routine. Choose one and eliminate it. Don't rationalize, do it with faith. Observe. Something new will come. An idea, an invitation, a chance, because the universe responds, always. This isn't irresponsible abandonment. It's aligning your environment, energy, and actions with your desires. Money doesn't arrive in a cramped mental field. Prosperity doesn't grow in infertile ground. You must prepare the soil. This isn't an end, it's a beginning. Removing misalignment allows life to deliver what's always been yours, but couldn't arrive while you clung to the obsolete. Let go. Create space. Prepare yourself. When you act with faith, abundance has no choice but to come to you. You might still hear that inner voice. What if I regret it? What if I don't find something better? What if I end up with nothing? That's fear. Fear keeps you small, safe, and unhappy. But fear is a sign you're moving in the right direction. It's the discomfort of leaving the known, your soul's nudge to grow. I was afraid when I quit everything to teach what few believed, that the mind, not physical labor, is the true source of wealth. But I did it anyway. Every step into the unknown, the universe responded with something better than I imagined. Life doesn't reward control, it rewards trust. Trusting that saying no to what isn't you will reveal what truly is. When you create space intentionally, what arrives isn't accidental. It's a vacuum needing filling with something vibrating at your new frequency. Often, it's something unplanned, a project, a person, an idea while walking. This isn't coincidence, it's invisible logic acting purposefully. Feeling cramped, suffocated, stuck, you're too full of emotional baggage, fear, past memories. The universe is asking for space. Choose a room and ask, does this represent my new self? If not, remove anything incongruent with who you want to become. Price, origin, condition don't matter. If it doesn't represent your energy, it doesn't serve you. Apply this to your schedule. How many commitments are out of obligation? Conversations out of fear of seeming rude. Promises kept out of guilt, not love. Now your mind. What thoughts occupy space without purpose? Thoughts of scarcity, criticism, comparison, self-judgment. This consumes energy, and energy is crucial for creation. Letting go transforms your vibration. You feel lighter, clearer, more powerful. Money loves lightness, clarity, movement. Stop trying to hold on to everything. What's truly yours won't require effort, attachment, or fear. It will flow, fit, arrive, but only if there's space. How many times has something better arrived after you let go? A new opportunity after quitting a job, a healthy relationship after leaving a toxic one, peace after ceasing to please everyone. These weren't losses, they were liberations. Look around and ask, does this bring me closer to or farther from my desired life? If the answer is farther, you know what to do. Create space, let the flow begin. Money, joy, love, inspiration need a clear path to enter. You have the power to open it. The choice is yours. You are energy. Every cell, thought, emotion vibrates at a specific frequency. Most live as if they're just matter, trapped by circumstances, believing the physical world is the limit. They remain stagnant, despite wanting change because they ignore a fundamental truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you vibrate. Early in my journey, I earned little, constantly dwelling on debts. My focus was on lack, and that's what I received. More scarcity, worry, limitation. Then a mentor asked, "What if you used the energy spent worrying to imagine what you want?" I realized I was feeding the wrong frequency, in sync with what I didn't want, and the neutral universe reflected that. Change began when I played with numbers, literally. I'd use a calculator to figure out earning $10,000 a month, $100,000 a year, $1 million in 5 years, as if it were already real. Not out of mathematical curiosity, but to energetically acclimate myself to previously impossible figures. Over time, these numbers ceased to seem daunting. They became normal. The frequency changed, and the universe responds to frequency. Like a radio tuned to a specific station, your life manifests what your mind aligns with. You don't hear jazz on a rock station. You don't attract prosperity, vibrating worry, scarcity, or fear. You might say, "I want to change, but I can't feel it. It doesn't feel real." I understand you're trying to change reality without changing your vibrational state, which won't work. You can't achieve a new result with the same frequency. It's like getting satellite signal with an analog antenna. You need to raise your frequency, starting with thought, organized energy. Repeating a thought emotionally transforms it into belief, which becomes behavior. Unlocking your financial abundance. It's not about hard work, it's about your frequency. Let's be honest, financial woes can leave you feeling stuck. But what if I told you your current situation is just a temporary snapshot, a reflection of your current energy, and entirely changeable? It's not about wishing on a star, it's about shifting your vibrational frequency. Think of it like tuning a radio. You have to find the right station to get clear reception. Similarly, you need to align your inner world with the reality you desire. This isn't some flaky philosophy. It's about understanding the power of your own energy. Imagine the life you want, the home, the relationships, the financial freedom. Really feel it. Not just think about it, but inhabit it in your mind's eye. Feel the gratitude, the ease, the security. This isn't about fooling yourself. It's about sending a powerful signal to the universe. It's about communicating your new reality to the quantum field. Doubt will creep in, it's inevitable, but doubt is just another frequency, and you have the power to change it. Replace that doubt with unwavering faith. Focus on your desires, even when evidence contradicts them. This consistent focus, this feeling, creates a powerful imprint on your subconscious, gently nudging your physical reality to align. It's not a magic trick, but it's close. I've witnessed this transformative power in countless lives. People who've gone from despair to abundance simply by shifting their internal state. They stopped asking how and started feeling as if they already had what they wanted. The how always follows. Always. So many people mistakenly believe that financial success is solely about relentless effort. It's not. True wealth stems from inner harmony, from a vibrational alignment with abundance. Have you noticed how some people seem effortlessly lucky? They speak of money with ease. Don't panic over setbacks because they operate from a place of unwavering faith. This isn't because money makes them feel that way. It's their vibration that attracts the money. It's the same principle that applies to relationships, health, and peace. The opposite is equally true. Those who constantly complain about bad luck, hardship, and setbacks are reinforcing those beliefs. The physical world is a mirror reflecting your consistent internal frequency. It's not just a reflection, it's a response. The universe responds to your vibration. By altering your feelings, you alter the fabric of your reality. It sounds like magic, but it's quantum physics in action. Every reality exists. The version of you struggling with debt exists, but so does the version living a life of prosperity. Your vibrational frequency dictates which version you experience. You choose. I remember sitting in my small apartment penning down this affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn 6 figures a year. I didn't know how it would happen, but I wrote it, repeated it, felt it, until it felt real, possible, and inevitable. And it became my reality. The majority don't change because they focus on what they lack. They see their bank account, feel the scarcity, and reinforce that vibration of lack. The more they focus on lack, the more lack they receive. It's a vicious cycle, but you can break free by consciously choosing a new feeling, regardless of what you see around you. It demands faith, commitment, and above all, a firm resolve to live not by external limitations, but by your own internal truth. You are a creator, and your vibration is your power. Stop reacting to what you see. Start responding to what you feel. Your physical eyes only see the past. Your mind's eye envisions the future. Let that vision guide your vibration. Imagine living with financial ease. How do you move, speak, act? Incorporate that feeling into your everyday life. What you call reality is a sustained vibration. You can sustain a different one. When you do, get ready for a transformation. Money will flow, doors will open, and opportunities will appear, not through struggle but through resonance. Have you felt a burning desire, an intense yearning, but nothing happens? Desire isn't merely a thought, it's a deeper, more profound feeling born from the soul. A true desire vibrates on an unseen level, primed for manifestation. Thinking without feeling sends confused signals. The universe responds to clarity. The difference between a fleeting wish and an ardent desire is the emotional connection. An ardent desire propels you to action, persistence, and creation. It's the invisible seed that, nurtured by emotion, takes root in your subconscious and blossoms into reality. In 1973, I was alone, with just an idea, a seemingly impossible vision. No one believed in me, but I understood the power of ardent desire. I held on to that vision, nurturing it daily with all my energy and faith. Slowly, the right people appeared. Sandy Gallagher, a financial expert, came on board. Then Scott, then Mikey, each contributing their unique talents. My message resonated, and the impossible became reality. It wasn't luck. It was the frequency I emitted, the unwavering desire that sustained me, the law of attraction in action, guided by my aligned consciousness. Are you living the life you desire, or the one imposed upon you? How often have you followed paths that don't resonate with your heart? This diminishes your brilliance, stifles your potential, and prevents your desires from manifesting. You were born to shine, to express your essence, to transform the world. But what's holding you back? Are you trapped by limiting beliefs, believing you need to struggle for money, success, and happiness? Effort doesn't attract what you desire. Your frequency does. Your aligned consciousness is the true magnet. Think of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. What kept him going? His ardent desire to illuminate the world. That desire overpowered fear, criticism, and obstacles. He was aligned with his vision, and that sustained him. What's holding back your desire? Are you vibrating at the frequency of doubt, fear, and scarcity, or at the frequency of ardent desire, faith, and the certainty of possibility? Money, prosperity, abundance, they're vibrating, waiting for you to align. They won't knock if you're on the wrong channel. Raise your vibration, ignite that ardent desire, engage emotionally and mentally, and the universe will conspire to make it happen. Make a conscious choice. Don't let money, opportunity, and transformation pass you by again. Hold on to your desire. Cultivate that invisible force that shapes your reality. You have the power to transform the impossible into the possible. It's in your hands. What will you choose? Have you noticed how money seems to slip through the fingers of so many? No matter how hard they work, it doesn't stick. It doesn't grow. Why? There's an invisible principle at play. Money isn't a direct result of effort, but of the frequency you emit. It responds to the energy you project, not the hours you work. You can work hard, but if your mind is filled with doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs, you're sending out a message of scarcity. It's like planting a bad seed in fertile soil. But shift your frequency. Align your thoughts with abundance, and the universe responds by sending opportunities, connections, and prosperity. This understanding was a revelation for me. Initially, I believed financial success depended solely on physical effort. I worked long hours, but the money escaped. When I understood that money is attracted by a mental state, an inner vibration, everything changed. I took care of my inner world, adjusted my thoughts, felt the confidence of deserving wealth, and acted from that state. The frequency you maintain is what attracts. If you're anxious, worried, comparing yourself, you're blocking the flow of prosperity. Cultivate an ardent desire, a deep conviction, accompanied by positive emotions, and you'll tune into the frequency of abundance. It's like tuning a radio to the right station. The law of attraction demands inspired actions in harmony with your inner frequency. Wishing for money while remaining stagnant won't work, nor will overworking with fear and anxiety. Align your being, thought, emotion, and action. Have you heard stories of people with limited resources attracting money and prosperity with ease? They vibrate at a different frequency. They believe that money is a friend, a natural flow of life. They don't fight it. They don't fear scarcity. This mindset puts them in a position of power where opportunities are visible and accessible. The first step is to shift your inner frequency. What beliefs do you hold about money? Do you feel gratitude for what you have, or do you focus on what you lack? Is your mind open to receiving or closed off in worry? By consciously working on this frequency, you'll realize that money is a consequence, a manifestation of your consciousness, of your energy. It's a readily available flow, waiting for you to align to receive it. You don't need to exhaust yourself with effort. Understand that money is energy, and you can attract it by changing your internal state. It's a decision to move from fear, doubt, and scarcity to confidence, clarity, and abundance. Money is all around you. It's in the opportunities you haven't yet seen, the people you haven't yet met, the ideas you haven't yet put into action. But for it to enter your life, you need to vibrate at the same frequency. You need to feel, think, and act like someone who deserves and can have abundance. When that happens, you'll see that effort transforms into results, work becomes enjoyable, and prosperity begins to flow naturally. Money isn't an enemy. It's not something difficult or rare. It's energy that responds to the frequency you emit. Adjust that frequency, feel that ardent desire, keep your mind focused on abundance, and the money will come. Not as a distant prize, but as part of your daily reality. This is the transformative shift that changes everything. Money doesn't depend on physical effort or luck. It depends on the frequency you emit, the vibrational state you cultivate. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with this frequency of abundance, the natural flow of prosperity begins. This internal shift is the true secret to transforming your financial reality. To continue your journey of growth and wisdom, I invite you to watch the next video. We'll delve deeper into these concepts to help you become even better than you are today, because this continuous improvement generates extraordinary results. Thank you for being here and dedicating this time to transforming your life. I'll see you in the next video, where the evolution continues.